Hello everyone, my name is Alex, welcome back to another episode of Let's Check Out Some iPad. Today we have Hill Climb Racing. This is brought to us by a company called Fingersoft. If anyone's ever told you not to judge a book by its cover, this game exemplifies that. You've got hand-drawn graphics, stock sound effects, cheesy music loops, you've got Google Ads. Now if you take all of that away, what you're left with is the gameplay, and that monumentally makes up for it. If you've ever played Trials or Trials Evolution, then you know that there's a game mode in there called Hill Climb, and you essentially have to get your bike to the top of a hill, which gets progressively harder and harder. This is very similar in concept. Now the physics aren't anywhere near as good as Trials, but it's 10 times more fun. It's not edge of your seat like Trials, but it's more of a casual game, and they've got the formula pretty much right. Let me run you through a few levels here. You'll notice there's 3 cars available: the Jeep, the monster truck, and the race car. You start with the Jeep, so let's select that, and then you've got different stages as well. Countryside, desert, Arctic, highway, cave, and the moon. So Countryside is the level that's unlocked by default. The others are available to unlock via purchasing with the coins that you earn. So this is the very first level with the very first car. Now on the top left of the screen you can see my distance and my goal. The goal is broken up into stages, so 1600 meters is probably the 5th or so goal to reach. Underneath that you'll see that my fuel gauge. Now the fuel gauge doesn't actually decrease when I press the gas pedal. It decreases over time, so you don't need to be too focused on how much you push the gas pedal down. You do need to be focused on getting further to the next fuel tank. So when you pick up the fuel tanks, it actually refills your meter, so they're really handy to find. And underneath that you can see the coins I'm earning. After each stage you're given another monetary bonus which adds to your total. You have 2 controls on the screen, one is the gas pedal, one is the brake. The gas pedal controls how fast you're going, and the brake slows you down and puts you into reverse. When you land on your head or your driver hits his head on the roof, you actually crash and your car is no longer drivable. The first car I unlocked was the monster truck, and one of the first levels I unlocked was the moon, and the reason I unlocked the moon was because it told me that the gravity was lower, so I thought, cool, that sounds really sweet. Now what I haven't mentioned is that you earn money for doing massive amounts of air, and it is actually incredibly easy to get that air on this stage with this car. But when you hit jumps like this, you can just see the money rack up. Now that's great for the user. It made it really easy for me to earn loads of money, but ever since then, in about 3 hours, I've unlocked all 3 cars and nearly fully upgraded them all. There you go, see, I ran out of fuel and also crashed. But in that one level I earned 40,000 coins, and that's just so easy to do. The race car's forte comes in its downforce ability, so the faster you go, the more it pushes you onto the road, which means you can pick up a lot of speed and stay relatively safe without getting too much air, which makes getting gas canisters incredibly easy. So this particular level is called Highway, and as you can see from my distance, I've travelled almost 5 kilometers, and it was very easy again to do that. Once you've upgraded your car, the difficulty of the tracks kind of becomes trivial. You can survive most jumps and get over most things with relative ease. So the upgrades for each car are also quite cool. The engine obviously gives you more power, suspension lets you go over jumps, tires gives you more grip, downforce on the race car pushes you down towards the ground, and then in the other cars you've got four-wheel drive, which allows you to transfer more powers to the wheel. Each of the levels does have a different environmental feel, so on the snow level, for example, you have a lot less grip. So what I was thinking was the developers could make the tracks more expensive, the cars more expensive. I would love to see more cars. I would love to see better upgrades, different upgrades, even more expensive upgrades. You could multiply the cost by a factor of 10 and you'd still have people hooked on the game. But I think the biggest flaw in their calculation was the moon level. The combination of low gravity and having a monster truck that's fully upgraded makes earning money way too easy. I happen to unlock both of those just out of sheer luck. I wanted to try the moon level because it sounded fun, and the monster truck, well hey, it's a monster truck. I did manage to unlock an awfully large amount of upgrades, cars and tracks, and I think the developers may have got the formula slightly wrong. So my hat is off to them. It's a brilliant game, but they're probably harming themselves with their model. Anyway, other than that, it's pretty damn good. So there we have it, folks. Hill Climb Racing from Fingersoft. Absolutely astoundingly good game. I mean, it looks bad, it sounds bad, but oh my goodness, what an awesome game. It seriously sucked about 3 hours of my life away last night, and I just couldn't stop playing it since. My name's Alex. This has been another episode of Let's Check Out Some iPad. I'll see you again soon.